Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. An illegal alien from El Salvador getting a six-figure payout from taxpayers courtesy of the city of San Francisco. Like many places in California, San Francisco is a sanctuary city. It pledges not to turn illegals over to the feds for deportation. Despite that policy, though, Pedro Figueroa Zarcino, he's an illegal alien from El Salvador, says police reported him to ICE when he visited a police station 2 years ago. He sued the city after that, and this week officials agreed to pay him $190,000 for the indignity of having the law enforced against him in a country he's not supposed to be in. Keep in mind, that's more than double San Francisco's median household income. The moral? Crime pays in San Francisco. Roberto Hernandez is an immigration activist in that city, and he joins us tonight. Roberto, thanks a lot for coming on. So here's someone who is in this country illegally, sues because the country enforced its own laws against him legally, and then gets paid by the taxpayers of that country. Is there another place in the world where that happens?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the failure of this country to do immigration reform.
No. First of all, let's talk about the specifics of what happened in San Francisco. Wait, hold on. Slow down. I don't want to lecture on immigration reform. Let's talk about the specific case. Does that happen anywhere else?
But San Francisco had to create its own sanctuary law because of the failure of the federal government. So can you imagine that a law is passed and for 2 months you get incarcerated for showing up to the police department to reclaim your stolen car? Because that's what he did, correct?
He was in the country illegally. The theft of his car was one crime, but he had committed a crime himself by being here illegally. The police turned him over to the feds who wanted him, and now the city is paying him for enforcing American law. And I'm just noting the obvious, which is that's insane. You shouldn't pay a criminal for breaking the law, and that's what San Francisco is doing.
But San Francisco has a sanctuary law, correct? That law was enacted because the federal government failed to do reform for immigration. Congress failed, the Senate failed, Clinton failed, Bush failed, Obama failed. So San Francisco, being San Francisco, made sure that it protected those immigrant
But just so you know, I mean, they failed to pass laws that you like, but our current immigration laws were passed by Democrats and Republicans in the Congress of the United States, in Washington. The system worked as it's supposed to work. People voted in public on these laws. The Republicans didn't do this. Democrats did it too. And it's the law. And so if you don't like it, then you go and you elect people who will change it. But until you do that, you can't ignore the law. That's how the system works.
Again, here the United States has been involved in wars in El Salvador because he's from El Salvador, correct? He's from El Salvador. The United States was involved in the war in El Salvador, supported that war. And then after the war, it was Carter and Reagan and all the presidents after that that welcomed people from El Salvador and Nicaragua and Guatemala to come here as refugees.
Okay, but he didn't come here as a refugee.
Hold
on, slow down. He did not come here as a refugee. He's here illegally. He does not have legal status in the country. So my question is, why does this just apply to...
Well, a lot of the people who came here as refugees don't have
but he's not one of them. So what you're saying is a non sequitur. But let me just ask you, why does this just apply to illegal aliens? Why don't I benefit from this? If I'm wanted for tax evasion in another state and the San Francisco police turn me over to the feds, why shouldn't I be able to sue the city of San Francisco for cooperating with the federal authorities? Why do only illegal aliens have this privilege in your city?
But it's a law. I mean, and then let's take look what what's happening with the sheriff.
Why does the law just protect illegals? Why doesn't it protect American citizens? I mean, if I commit a crime in Washington and I go to the open arms of San Francisco as a tax fugitive, why aren't you protecting me? Why are you just protecting illegals? I don't understand.
But he didn't commit a crime. He's living in a city that he's living in a city that has a sanctuary law that protects him.
Right, but San Francisco's not a country yet. I mean, that could happen, and I'm sure you're agitating for it, but as of right now, it's a component of a larger country called America, which has control of its borders. San Francisco doesn't make immigration policy. The federal government does, because it's a country. So, but you're dodging my
but-
question.
but-
Why are we extending these privileges only to illegal aliens and not to me, an American citizen who would like to, I don't know, violate a law in another state and hide out in your city?
But you're protected. I'm protected. But we have, look
No,
at the
I'm not.
sheriff from Arizona. The sheriff from Arizona, currently isn't he being charged in a criminal case because he violated the law?
Okay. I'm not following your logic here, but I'd really like to pin you down on this question. So San Francisco says that one group of people does not have to follow federal law, illegal aliens. But it doesn't extend that protection. San Francisco has no other laws that I'm aware of that say to actual Americans, you don't have to obey this or that federal law. Only illegal aliens. And that strikes me as discriminatory. As someone who was born here and paid taxes of my whole working life, why do I not benefit? As long as you guys are ignoring the law, why are you only doing so on behalf of illegal aliens and not on behalf of American citizens? Why not become a real sanctuary
Well,
city?
but you're from San Francisco, just like I am, born and
I
raised
am.
in San Francisco.
That's right.
And San Francisco, we're different. We are progressive. We think different. We're leaders when it comes to being humanitarians.
But why
Just
aren't you
like
helping
gay
me? If you're
marriages.
a humanitarian
Gay
leader, why aren't you
marriages,
helping me
we
avoid
marry
American
gay
tax
people
law?
And look across the country, because we started to marry gay people. The rest of the country followed. We created sanctuary law. Then the rest of the country followed. It's neat. It's when your federal government is failing
I don't think you're tracking with my questions
Then
here.
you
I'm going to ask
need
you
to create
one
laws.
last question. Why do you think that other countries don't do this? So if I go to Mexico, for example, illegally, I get put in jail for a longer term than an illegal would here. Why can't I sue the Mexican government for being mean to me and expect Mexican taxpayers to pay me for the indignity of having Mexican law enforced against me?
You want to go to Mexico? How many people live in Mexico that are not legal citizens, that are white, that come from the United States? Check out those
I don't know.
statistics.
Probably not very many, because I think they throw you in jail if you do that. Because they actually believe in their own country and they enforce their own laws.
When they go to Mexico.
Right. Okay. Roberto, good luck out there.
Thank you.